All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer Rogers, and I am the owner of Fit Mom in Durham Region. I have been invited to speak to your group to talk about the benefits of cross training, in particular, to how it supports running, especially for those of you that are in training right now for a marathon. So, thank you so much to Patricia for inviting me to come and speak to your group. I apologize that I'm not able to be there in person. However, I had some class conflicts, and I still really wanted to take this opportunity to get some really great messaging across to you all to help support you. So first thing I want to do is actually congratulate each and every one of you for your commitment to such an amazing long distance run. I am a runner myself, but I don't believe I have any plans now or in the near future to commit to such a distance. I understand the physical challenges that it takes to run that distance, the emotional impact that it takes to commit to such a lofty goal, as well as the mental capacity and the mental training you have to do to get through some really challenging, tough runs. So congratulations to you, to your families that are supporting you with your goals, and as well as to your entire group as you all supported one another along the way. Today, I just thought I would share a few tips about the importance of cross training. I feel like sometimes as runners, we get caught up in the act of running because we enjoy it so much, and we tend to forget how important it is to offset the training with other activities to actually further improve our commitments to our own experience as runners, as well as to the goals that we've set for ourselves, whether that's to do it in a specific amount of time or consistency or without breaks, whatever personal goals you've set for yourself. Sometimes, because the amount of training that it takes to commit to a marathon in particular, you're not necessarily creating time and space to do those important elements of cross training. So first, I thought I'd share what cross training actually is. So cross training is a complementary activity that supports your overall goal. So if running is your primary form of exercise and commitment, then a cross training exercise or activity might be walking, which is a fantastic opportunity, especially as a recovery, swimming, cycling, and strength training and yoga. Runners tend to have and I hate to paint a brush because maybe you're not those runners that are doing that, but sometimes our emphasis isn't on the importance of stretching, and we might be doing some strength training, but maybe not with the consistency that we're hoping for. So in order to have a really successful running program, you really want to be strength training at least 2 to 3 times a week with body weight at minimum, and certainly adding in additional resistance, whether that's a loop band, resistance bands, weighted plates, kettlebells, or free weights. These are all ways in which we can build more muscle tone and strength in the complementary areas where we want to focus as runners to reduce injury and encourage your longevity as runners. We also want you to be able to do this for your whole entire life and not just something that you're going to do at a particular time or for a particular distance. So in cross training, my area of expertise, I guess, would be in the ability to strength train. And there are a certain number of muscle groups within our bodies as runners that tend to have some imbalances, and we need to work towards improving those so that we are injury free. Every muscle in your body is activated when you're running. I mean, you're a body in motion, and that means that all of our muscles and organs and ligaments and tendons are helping to support our bodies as we move against gravity and sustain the impact that we're doing over these distances. But a couple of areas that tend to be greater imbalance than others is the quadricep muscles, which is the muscles at the front of the body in comparison to your hamstrings at the back. We need to have strength and length in both of these areas. So quadricep muscles are going to help propel the movement forward as well as allow the knee to bend, and your hamstring muscles tend to become very tight as a result of trying to keep your pelvis stable. So to help increase strength in your quadriceps, you want to focus on things like leg extensions so that you're building up all of the muscles within the front of that leg. There are 4 muscle groups that make up the quadricep that all insert into the knee, and we want to make sure we're targeting each part of the body. The hamstrings, on the other hand, might need to be lengthened more, especially if we have lots of time where we're inactive throughout the day. So we have a desk job or we're maybe commuting into work. All of these things actually contribute to more tension in our bodies. So focusing on that lengthening aspect of your hamstrings is going to be really important. We definitely want to make sure that we're focusing on our glutes as well. Glutes are a really important aspect of driving our momentum forward, where we're going to get a lot of speed. So if one of your goals is to be faster at your runs, then you definitely don't want to underestimate the power of training your glutes properly. Some of my favorite exercises to include in a running program is obviously our standard squat, that you can't really avoid that in any fitness program. I really love a wall sit when we're looking at creating some opportunities to reduce impact. Maybe our bodies need a bit more recovery. Using your wall to activate your glutes takes the tension the impact out of your movement. And bridge lifts can be found in almost every single program that I design, because it's not only great at strengthening your glutes, but it actually opens up those hip flexor muscles, which also get really, really tight when we run. The other areas that we like to focus in within our glute muscles are the muscles that the glute need that kind of round out through the bottom. And some of my favorite exercises for that are the clamshells, which allow us to actually create better stability within our pelvis. Other areas you might want to focus on when it comes to your full body is your calves, which tend to get very, very tight. Right now, I'm actually dealing with some very tight calf muscles, and I'm working to create more mobility and length in my day-to-day activities. So I try and break up some of the stuff that I'm doing instead of sitting all the time at my computer, getting up and moving around to stretch my calf muscles out, because right now they're just tight and facilitated. For me, when it comes to adding in strength and length into my workout routine, I know when you're running a long distance like a marathon, your idea of time commitment is a little bit more restricted. So it's really simple to start to include some of these exercises in your warm-up routine or your warm-down routine. And as runners, again, I hate to paint with a brush, but sometimes we're not so focused on how we're going to stretch after our runs. So I have a quick video that I will share with you all that you can start to incorporate some of these moves into what you're already doing. For those of you that are already incorporating regular strength training as part of their routine, you're well on your way, and this is going to help support you to achieving your goals. For those of you that haven't made this a priority yet, I hope that you start to incorporate a few of these exercises in. I also encourage you to include some type of stretching program, whether that's something that you're doing on your own, online, or if you're attending some of our local yoga studios for a wonderful yoga class to not only center your body, but also your mind and your spirit. These are all things that are going to help with the longevity of your body's ability to continue to do the sport that you love so much. So hopefully you find that information helpful. I encourage you to check out the video that I'll send along as well. And if you have any questions at all when it comes to putting a program together for strength or body weight training, or you just have questions about how to be a little bit more mindful of what to include into your program, then I encourage you to reach out at any time. I'm happy to share resources with everyone at the running room. So congratulations, good luck on your race day, and don't forget to build that muscle tone. See you soon.